Welcome to What Are You Mad About Today? My name is Kinda Strange, and this is a solution-oriented podcast that welcomes a variety of topics and a variety of speakers. Stay tuned to learn and definitely be prepared to feel. This is What Are You Mad About Today? Eddie Trevino is a comic who spends more time on stage than at home. His girlfriend is very supportive. You can catch him at TK Comedy Club on the 15th and 16th with the Best in Dallas Comic Showcase. Be there. He just featured for Paula Bell. Fresh off the San Antonio River with Hans Kim, he has opened for Dave Chappelle randomly on a first come first serve in a women-owned, black-owned women comedy club that Chappelle was supporting. Shout out Chappelle. But he opened and murdered the Denver, Colorado comedy scene representing Oak Cliff in a comedy jersey. In a cowboy jersey. Yeah.
It'd be dope if they made comedy jerseys.
A women-owned comedy jersey.
If they made comedy jerseys.
So you got
women-owned, black-owned, women-owned comedy
number 22,
jersey.
fucking Eddie Trevino.
comedy jersey. I would like to have a number for my fucking comedy jersey.
Fuck. Hold on.
It'll be 420 or 69.
No, hold on. First curve, first come serve.
No, this is a perfect intro for a late night podcast. This is how you know, like, we did not prepare for any of this shit. But this is what the people want. They don't want to see prepared stuff.
No, they don't.
Keep it
They
rolling.
They really don't.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, so what did y'all do
let
to
it ride.
decide? What did y'all do to decide to do a podcast tonight?
No. She's going to ask the questions.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And it all starts with one, right?
Go for it.
Okay, what are you mad about today?
I was mad that the second show that I did tonight, it was at Quinlan's in Carrollton, and there was nobody in there that knew there was comedy were about to happen. So it was a guy named Rudy Ramsey booked me on a show, and I went there, and the mic was so close. It was like in a small corner of the bar, and it was such a small bar. Everybody in there was talking. Everybody was just chatting, having a good time, drinking. There was a table in the back, and there was this guy, older man, like a Guatemalan. Just like he said, he was telling people his mom just died, and they were just having drinks. And there was like black people buying them shots. And it was just like, and then there was one point during the comedy show that a woman was FaceTiming a family member. And they were literally crying to each other because of this death of the mother that died. Wow, this guy yelling dick jokes and fucking eating ass. I was upset at the producer of this show. I was mad that I took my girlfriend to this, and now she's gonna think like this is some fantasy football type shit that I'm doing as a career, and it was just fucking. I was a little upset about that. That's what I was mad at today. But I just did a fucking comedy club, which was sold out. It was fucking great, but I got booked for this other show. I thought it was gonna be awesome, but I was mad that it wasn't.
Wait, I got lost. What were you mad about?
I was at Quinlan's in Carrollton, and the show sucked. There was people crying. There was people mourning that wasn't ready for stand-up comedy, and it just made it bad for the comedians. I had a good set. I thought I had a good set.
Does that
Don't
happen
stop
often?
dying.
Well, that happens all the time.
Does that happen often as like a comedian?
That happens all the time.
Stop
if you don't
motherfucking
know how to book
dying.
your shows. I was supporting
stronger
this
than
guy because he doesn't really make that much money. He just produces shows, and he asked me to be on the show after I did a comedy club, TK's, and the show was 10 minutes away from where I was. So I did that show, and then I headed over to the second show because it was so close. And that's what I was mad at. I was mad that people didn't give a fuck that comedy was about to happen. There was a lot of people in that bitch, too.
You know how hard
But
it
they
is to
didn't give
find
a
quality
shit.
comedy?
Huh?
You're quality comedy.
Yeah,
And
I
everyone's
tried.
just like, has other shit going on? Listen.
That's what comics thinks about civilians.
Think about the last time you've been to a comedy show. a long time.
Yeah.
You go often.
I go out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
This is my daily thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a comic when I wake up. This is how hardcore I'm involved in it. Yeah, I wake up a comedian, and the people around me, they get it, or they
Put his
fucking don't
swag
get
on.
it. But if they do get it, they're around.
He
you know?
goes to sleep a comedian.
Yeah, I have dreams about some stupid shit.
He's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what's the stupidest fucking dream?
I was running for president, and my
What'd you
main
do?
thing was like free parking for America. Like you don't ever have to pay for parking ever in your fucking life ever. You just fucking park wherever the fuck you want to park. The only reason we will have a towing business is just to help you. If your car broke down, the towing will help you get back. But there's nobody gonna tow your car for parking somewhere that you're not supposed to park. Fuck that. That'll be my first thing as president, bro. Michael Jackson was black his whole career. He wouldn't invite little white kids at his house because he's black. That black people just don't do that shit.
So, like do you get like a lot of weird gigs as a comedian? Cause like
Not so much anymore. I used to before. I would take anything. I would just to do stage time, not get paid
like
shit.
I'm sure there's a lot of frustration and like anger that
Well,
comes
of course,
from that.
you can consider it you chasing a dream. You can consider it working out your bits, or you can consider it just an excuse to go to the bar and drink. There's just so many ways you can consider your work ethic. But me, I wanted the stage time. I was hungry just to perform in front of people I didn't know, to see if I'm fucking funny or not, or what I need to work on to get better. Eventually, it works out. This is what I like to tell people. If you have a good work ethic, eventually it's going to work out. You should trust it. And I think that's what's happening for me. I've been feeling a lot lucky lately. I've been doing a lot of big gigs. And my work ethic is a lot different than a lot of people that get consistent work. They get consistent work, but they're not big shows. So the way I'm getting big shows, I think I'm doing it right.
So
And,
the question was, do these people have comedy backgrounds?
No, they don't. They have a business background, and they see comedians as labor, to fill time. Like Hyenas, they have like 2 million people on the email chain, and they give away free tickets to fill weekends up. So they can only pay comedians a certain amount because they're not really selling tickets. They're giving away free tickets. But I didn't know this. I got banned from that club so many times to the point where they call the cops on me. I got booked to do a show there with Hans Kim, and I show up and they're like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." I was like, "Well, I'm booked to host." So and then they left and came back with the police. They escorted me out because of a drink that I didn't pay for a year ago. That wasn't even a drink that I ordered. It was a drink they messed up, and I said I'll drink it. And I was doing the show that night, and the show was great. And I didn't pay for that drink. And then when I went to Dallas Hyenas, they were like, "Hey, you didn't pay for that drink." I was like, "Well, how much was it?" Because I didn't know how to pay for it. They said it was $40 scotch. And so I paid the $40, and I tipped them for the inconvenience because, I'm not trying to, get away with not paying for my drink. Yeah. They banned me for life.
Wow.
And now a whole year passed, and I get booked to do a show there with Hans. Hans is opening for Joe Rogan right now. And he has me fucking hosting for him, and they called the fucking cops on me. I told my buddy Adam Lucky's from Austin. I was like, "Hey, bro, I gotta find another host, cause they're walking me out." He was like, "Stop fucking around, bro." I was like, "Look, the police is right here next to me, escorting me out of here, cause they said I don't belong here." But it's owned by a white man named Randy. He doesn't even know me, bro. He hasn't hung out with me. But this is personal with him, based on what he heard about me or what he thinks about me. So it's like, it's not fair.
Have you ever had a conversation with him, Randy?
Never had a conversation with him.
Interesting.
Yep. And I was just there to work. I was there to entertain, bro. I was there to do a good job. I was there to make people laugh. And that didn't matter. They wanted to embarrass me, bro. That's what they wanted to do.
See, one thing that I'm also mad about is service industry and the gossip scene, because they can hurt someone's career, guys.
Oh yeah, I know.
If people are
definitely
just
known for that.
gossiping and saying the wrong things and talking about a manager and not getting the story correct, it can hurt a performer or a scenario's perspective.
I'm open to talking about it because I've already submitted to it. I've already tried to do what everybody tried to do to get in, but it just somehow I work my way up and then it goes back down again, and I work my way up again, and just I didn't feel like I was treated the same as everybody else, to the point that it's got to where it is. But I know more about comedy now that I understand, like, it's okay. It's just one club owner. He feels this way. He decided to take action his ways, and it's not going to determine my future. It's just like I'm able to openly identify it, not really shitting how he runs his business, but this is the way they treated me, and I'm okay with talking about it. You know, not really trying to put them down or anything, but
No, I would
just the
really
way it
like to
is.
know more about that experience, because like I think you've navigated the scene really well, really professionally.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
I'm talking
yeah.
about, like, I've hired this guy and he showed up in a suit. When I got there, I was a little, tipsy, and I walked up and he's like, "Hey, I already talked to the DJ. I have the music going. I used to be a DJ.
I used to be a DJ.
He used to be a DJ. So he had the music going. He had like drink specials on deck. He talked to everybody. He was in a suit,
Yeah,
and that's exactly why
that's what I'm saying. Like,
you know what you're doing.
you know what it feels like to decide to wear a suit that night. It just feels fun. Like, I'm gonna suit up tonight. You know, I'm hosting. I don't know what people think. I don't want to go up there in Jordans and dress like everybody else. I have to look at least better than everybody to like stand out or be heard or whatever the case may be. But it just was fun to decide to wear a suit, go host, go to work, have some fun. I had my girl there with me, and you
That's what
know,
I'm saying.
everybody
His
was having a
girl,
good time. The
everybody.
bar made a shitload of money. Like, everybody had a blast, and that's what it's all about. Just enjoying what we do. You know, I enjoy what I do, no matter who it is, and I would have never done it if I didn't know you. Yeah, because I heard 216, I was like, oh shit.
I know.
You
It
know,
has
I
such a
heard about
bad
216.
So what
And
is
I know-
comedy
I know.
like when you're doing comedy? What does that make you feel like when
I
you're
mean,
on
I
stage?
love it. I love making people laugh. I love sharing my point of views. When I can understand a point of view that's like someone's trying to force something on you, I don't think it's fair, and I think it's very deceitful to try to push your narrative on people. So when I do it, like, I try to keep the line of funny, but also bringing up topics that people stop talking about that are important. The kids in cages stuff,
Oh my gosh.
the way we treat
never
each
forget.
other.
Never
It's
forget.
like, you know, how we put each other down, and all these distractions out there. I mean, as a father, I have a point of view for a lot of things, but I enjoy that people don't expect it, and I catch them out of nowhere with ideas, and they're on a journey with me, and it's fun. It's fucking great. It's one of the best feelings in the world for me.
Circling back to the main topic or whatever.
What am I mad at today?
Always. Well, because it doesn't sound like you're mad often. That's why
It
I'm kind
doesn't-
of like.
He's
Oh,
so
I-
cheery. He's so
like-
fucking
like,
happy.
exactly. I'm
well,
like, I
the
can't
worst-
fucking
I
fight
used to.
it.
Oh, I used to be. I used to have an
God.
I used to have an anger problem.
I want to know about like how the struggle is like with you in comedy and like trying to rise to where you've been.
But he's not
'cause
mad
Well,
because he
see-
used to have a problem, but now he wakes up every day that way.
No,
so
but
he
it-
doesn't
so
feel
let-
it.
It's like the anger fuels him, right? Or am I
He
wrong about
doesn't.
that?
I don't think so.
He doesn't even have anger.
He doesn't even
He's
have
just
it.
like-
I
It's
used to have an anger problem, bro, but I worked on it, and it changed me, bro. I confronted it to the point where
How'd you work on it?
I talked to I confronted my parents about it. I asked them, why do I get like this, and they told me where they got it from and how they taught me about it. So it's like, it's to the point where, like, if you realize you're getting upset for no fucking reason, you have to confront it to do something about it. If you're not able to confront it, then that's the struggle. But if you're able to, the next point after that is like, where did it come from? And that's where you got to figure out. And once you do that, then you're capable to deciding for yourself after that. After that, you can't, like, you know where it came from, so you know it's a choice to keep it there or not. But if you don't know, then you can never do nothing about it. So I learned where my anger problem came from, and I don't remember the last time I got fucking pissed. Never. I don't even remember, bro. I'm fucking steady Eddie, bro. I don't get mad anymore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you wish there were more like comedy spaces in Dallas that you can be more free?
I wish
at?
it was. I wish funny mattered than groups or people that look up to you. I don't think I'm calling somebody. I think if funny mattered in Dallas, it would be a better scene for comics.
If what?
Like when it comes to like
Funny.
national recognition.
No, what'd you say?
If funny mattered.
Oh, if funny mattered in
Yeah,
Dallas.
funny
then,
doesn't matter. It's just about who you know and who you think is cool.
Uh,
And it shouldn't be like that. It should be funny. It should be the working comics.
It's that
Getting
grind.
ahead.
It's that
Should be the grind.
It's that grind that gets to you over the years. I feel
sure.
like.
There's people that work right now that is like there's so many great talent here in Dallas that deserve it better, deserve it more. It's just the way people run their business is just using comics as sheep, and not really taking the funny seriously. And if they did, it'll be a better scene here. We'll be recognized better. We'll
I can
support each
see-
other for the actual work they're putting into it.
Because too, like even like booking you at a place where there wasn't, I guess, seats in the front row for you is already lower than the standard that comedy should be taken as. It's an art form that deserves like seats in the front.
Yeah, for sure.
Like not a random bar where you can hire someone for 30 minutes.
Yeah, August 19th and August 20th, I'll be at the TK's, and the Classified Comedy Showcase are with comics that I've done shows with in the U.S. that are fucking hilarious. That they're gonna do their best 10 minutes. These guys are headliners, and they're gonna do their best 10 minutes on my shows, and so it's gonna be an automatic good time.
Yay!
Yeah.
That sounds really fun.
Hell yeah!
Well, I appreciate everything that you do.
Hell
You're
yeah.
really funny.
Thank you.
You really like what you do. You're thorough. You're a good stand-up guy.
Yeah, yeah. You hear that, followers?
Can
Follow me.
you
Steady
say
Eddie
your
Funny.
Instagram?
Steady Eddie Funny, man. I got hacked. I had to start over. So
Oh, fuck.
so follow me, Steady Eddie Funny. I do this. I love this, and I love you. I love you so much.
All right. Thank you for being here.
Oh yeah. Karina. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to What Are You Mad About Today? A local Oak Cliff podcast that endorses the arts and new forms of thinking. Make sure to check out our new episodes on Wednesdays, my favorite day of the week. We appreciate the support. Can't exchange out.
This episode is brought to you by Anchor. I really fuck with them. They make it easy for people to record, upload, and promote their podcast straight from the app. Download Anchor and create your favorite podcast today, just like I did.